Starting with the social issues from from the third quarter of 2024. Now, New India Literacy Program. Ministry of Education defined literacy and full literacy. The New India Literacy Program definition of literacy and full literacy. Literacy is the ability to read, write, compute with comprehension. It also includes skills like interpreting, creating, and critical life skills such as digital and financial literacy. Full literacy, it is defined as achieving a 95% literacy rate in a state or union territory. Now, about New India Literacy Program (NLIP), it is also known as ULLAS, that is understanding of lifelong understanding of all in society. It is in alignment with the recommendations of National Education Policy of 2020. The type is a centrally sponsored scheme. Nodal ministry is Ministry of Education. Duration is from financial year of 2022-23 to 2026-27, 5 years term. The objective, the scheme aims to cover 5 crore illiterate individuals aged 15 and above. It focuses on females and educationally backward states over 5 years, that is 22 to 27, targeting 1 crore learners each year. Components, foundational literacy and numeracy, critical life skills, vocational skill development, basic education, and continuing education. Beneficiary identification. They are identified through door to door surveys conducted by surveyors using a mobile app in states and union territories. Non literate individuals can register directly for the scheme from anywhere using the mobile app. The scheme relies on volunteer teaching and learning, with volunteers able to register via mobile app. It is primarily technology driven and implemented online. Teaching materials are available on Diksha platform of NCRT and can be accessed through mobile app. Now, NPS Vatsala scheme, National Pension Scheme Vatsala scheme, a pension scheme for minors, has been launched. It was announced in Union Budget of 24-25. About the NPS Vatsala scheme, it is a saving cum pension scheme designed exclusively for minors. Now, it is an extension of the National Pension Scheme, focuses on helping parents save for their child's retirement. Regulations and administration, Pension Fund Regulatory Authority of India, that is PFRDA, is the regulatory and administrating agency. Eligibility, all minor children aged till 18 years. On attaining the age of maturity, the plan can be converted seamlessly into a normal NPS account. Both child and parent must be an Indian citizens. All parties must comply with KYC requirements, that is, know your customer requirements. Operation account opened in the name of minors can be operated by guardian. Minor to be the sole beneficiary. Where to open the account? NPS Vatsala account can be opened through point of presence, which include major banks, Indian Post, pension funds, etc. Now, contributions. Subscriber to make a minimum contribution of rupees 1000 per annum. There is no limit on the maximum contribution. PFRDA will provide multiple investment choices to subscribers such as government securities, corporate debt, equity, etc. Now, Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan, that is PM Juga. The Union Cabinet has approved the PM Juga scheme. PM Juga scheme, it is a centrally sponsored scheme. The aim is to improve the socio-economic conditions of tribal communities by ensuring full support in tribal families in in-tribal majority villages and aspirational districts. Coverage, the mission will cover over 63,000 tribal majority villages, benefiting more than 5 crore tribal people in 549 districts in 30 states and union territories. The duration, the mission will span a period of 5 years. Implementation, it includes 25 initiatives led by 17 ministries funded through the Development Action Plan for Scheduled Tribes, DAPST, over the next 5 years. Tribal villages will be mapped and progress tracked on PM Gati Shakti platform. Now, mission's 4 goal. Goal 1 is to develop enabling infrastructures like permanent housing, better village facilities. Goal 2 is to promote economic empowerment through skill development, entrepreneurship, and improved livelihood. Goal 3 is universalization of access to good education. And goal 4 is healthy living and dignified aging. Nandini Shahakar Scheme. The National Cooperative Development Corporation has recently launched the Nandini Shahakar Scheme to support women entrepreneurs. About the Nandini Shahakar Scheme, the program is designed to support women cooperatives in developing business activities under the National Cooperative Development Corporation. It provides a women centric framework for financial support, project planning, guidance, and skill building. The funding, there is no set limit on financial assistance for women cooperative projects. NCDCs offers a 2% interest subsidy on term loans for new and innovative projects and a 1% subsidy for all other activities to lower borrowing costs for women cooperatives. Eligibility: any cooperative society with at least 3 months of operation can apply for assistance, which will be provided as a credit linkage for infrastructure term loan. Women cooperatives include those registered as such under state or central laws or under cooperatives with at least 50% primary female members. Now, National Forensic Infrastructure Enhancement Scheme. The Union Cabinet has approved the Central Sector Scheme in National Forensic Infrastructure Enhancement Scheme. The type is a Central Sector Scheme. Duration is from 2024 to 25 to 24-25 to 28-29. The scheme aims to improve forensic infrastructure by setting up off-campus labs of National Forensic Science University in 28 states and all union territories. The key components will be establishing NFSU campuses nationwide, setting up central forensic science laboratories, and upgrading the telecampus of NFSU. The goal is to address the shortage of trained forensic professionals and enhance the capacity and capability of NFSU. The financial outlay of NFEIES will be provisioned by Ministry of Home Affairs from its own budget. Now, unique land parcel identification number UL PIN. The Rural Development Ministry recently said that the UL PIN has been adopted by 26 states and union territories so far. About the UL PIN, also known as Bhu Aadhaar, UL PIN is a unique 14-digit identifier assigned to every land parcel in India. It is part of Digital India Land Records Modernization Program. It would uniquely identify every surveyed parcel of land and prevent land frauds, especially in rural India, where land records are outdated and disputed. The identification is based on longitude and latitude coordinates of the land parcel and depends on the detailed surveys and geo-referenced cadastral maps. It aims to compile every details pertaining to different properties across the country. Various types of data relating to landed properties, which currently under the possession of different ministries and department too, will be linked with UL PIN. About Digital India Land Records Modernization Program, it is a central sector scheme being implemented by Department of Land Resources under the Ministry of Rural Development. The aim is to leverage commonalities in land records across various states to develop a unified integrated land information management system for the entire country. The major components are computerization of land records, survey, resurvey, computerization of registration. Now, UWIN portal, modeled after the COVID vaccine management system, is set to launch across India. About the UWIN portal, it aims to create an electronic register for routine immunization. It ensures timely vaccinations by digitally tracking all immunizations event for pregnant women and children under 5 years under the Universal Immunization Program. Now, the key features: it generates QR based digitally verifiable e vaccination certificates which can be accessible anytime, updates vaccination status and delivery outcomes in real time. It allows self registration via web based portal or mobile app, enabling users to choose vaccination center and schedule appointments. Supports the creation of Ayushman Bharat Health Account (ABHA) IDs for maintaining comprehensive health records. Now, some to the points, reports and indices in news. State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World Report 2024. It is an annual flagship report prepared by five specialized agencies of United Nations, which is FAO, IFAD, UNICEF, WFP, and WHO. Key findings in 2023: 713 to 757 million people faced hunger, with 1 in 11 globally. Asia still has the largest number of undernourished people at 384.5 million. The report introduces a new definition for financing for food security and nutrition, which includes public and private financial resources, both domestic and foreign, aimed at ending hunger, food insecurity, and all forms of malnutrition. Public spending on food security and nutrition remains inadequate, particularly in low income countries. Now, equivalence report by Paraksh. Equivalence ensures all students, regardless of the board, receive standardized education and facilities. Key recommendations from Paraksh. Paraksh. Parak. Okay, Parak. Now, class 12 results to be based on cumulative scores, that is class 9, 15%, class 10, 20%, class 11, 25%, and class 12, 40%. It introduced credit based assessment, including online courses, self assessment, teacher feedback, and peer review. Trained teachers to standardize exam question papers and create a question bank for class 9 and 11. Update affiliation guidelines with periodic reviews, limit affiliations to 3 years. It includes digital literacy, coding, cybersecurity in curriculum under the National Curriculum Framework. NIRF Ranking 2024, Ministry of Education released ninth edition of National Institution Ranking Framework in 2024. IIT Madras is the best education institution in the country for sixth time since 2019. IISc Bangalore ranked the best university. About NIRF, it was launched in 2015. It provides a framework to rank educational institutes nationwide. It is based on five parameters, which are teaching, learning and resources, research and professional practices, graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusivity, and perception. It is implemented by the National Board of Accreditation (NBA) in partnership with InfliBNet Center, Gandhinagar. Recently added categories for ranking are open universities, state public universities, and skill universities. That'll be all for the social issues. We'll be moving on to the art and culture section. Now, Assam's Chairado Moidam has been officially inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. It is the first cultural site from Northeast to be inscribed on the World Heritage List. About Chauradeo Moidam, that is Pyramids of Assam. The location is in the foothills of Patkai Ranges in eastern Assam. It represents the late medieval, that is 13th to 19th century CE, Mount burial tradition from Tai Ahom community in Assam. It houses the remains of Ahom royalty who were buried with their belongings. Moidams were initially built with wood, later using stone and burnt bricks. Following detailed guidelines from Ahom text Changrung Phukan. During the Ahom regime, Moidams were guarded by special officers called Moidam Phukans and a security group known as Moidamia. About Ahom dynasty, it was founded by Chaulung Shukpa, who entered Brahmaputra Valley in 1228. After ruling for 600 years, the home kingdom was annexed by British East India Company following the Treaty of Yanbo in 1826. Now, criteria for classical languages. The Union government is planning to revise the criteria for granting the status of classical language. Current criteria for declaring a language as classical. Antiquity, the language must have recorded history or text spanning 1500 to 2000 years. Literary heritage, it should have ancient literature valued by generations. Original tradition, the literature tradition should be unique, not borrowed. And distinctiveness, classical languages in literature may differ from their current form or may be disconnected from the later versions of their derivatives. Languages with classical status: Tamil 2004, Sanskrit 2005, Kannada 2008, Telugu 2008, Malayalam 2013, Odia 2014, Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Asmi, Bengali were granted classical status in 2004. So after Marathi to Bengali, one, two, three, four, five languages were granted classical status, which are Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Asmis, and Bengali in 24. Previously, we had first was Tamil, then Sanskrit, then Kannad, then Telugu. Kannad and Telugu in the same year, that is 2008, Malayalam 2013, and Odia in 2014. Now, benefit of classical language status. Once the language is designated as classical, the Ministry of Education offers several benefits to promote it, including two international awards, each for distinct scholars in the language, establishment of a center of education excellence for studies in classical language, requesting University Grant Commission to establish professional chairs in central universities dedicated to the classical language. Now, revival of Nalanda University. The Prime Minister has inaugurated a new campus of Nalanda University in Rajgir, Bihar. About the Nalanda University, Nalanda was a renowned Buddhist Mahavir, a great monastery in ancient and medieval Magadh, that is modern day Bihar. It is considered one of the greatest center of learning in ancient world. It was founded by Kumar Gupt, that is Sakar Aditya of the Gupta dynasty in 427 AD. The writing of 7th century Chinese traveler Huansang offers the most detailed description of ancient Nalanda. It was destroyed in 1193 AD by Bakhtiyar Khilji. The university was rediscovered in 1812 by Scottish surveyor Francis Bachwan Hamilton. Later, it was identified by as the ancient University by Sir Alexander Cunningham in 1861. So 12 we know we rediscovered it, and in 61 it was identified as an ancient university. Now, revival of Nalanda University. The Nalanda University Act was passed by the Indian Parliament in 2008. Former President Pranab Mukherjee laid the foundation stone for permanent campus at Pilki Village, Rajgir in 2016. The modern Nalanda University is envisioned as a collaborative initiative between India and other East Asian countries. The eco-friendly campus, designed by architect B.V. Doshi, operates as a net zero facility. The ruins of the ancient Nalanda universities were declared as UN Heritage Site in 2016. Now, Indian Newspaper Society. Prime Minister inaugurated the INS Tower in Mumbai. About the INS, the society's origin dates back to 1927 with the establishment of a group initially known as the India Burma Ceylon Newspaper London Committee. It was renamed as Indian and Eastern Newspaper Society in 1935 and the headquarters in London. In India, INS was established as the Indian and Eastern Newspaper Society in 1939. Mr. Arthur Moore, editor of the statement, was the first president of INS. Objective is to act as a central organization of Press of India and for any other country in Asia which desires to associate itself with the society. Now, members, they are owners, proprietors, and publishers of print media. The key functions is to aid members' publication in regarding in regard to monitoring the recovery of their dues from advertising agencies and advertisers. INS authenticates the circulation figures of newspapers and periodicals in India, protecting and promoting the freedom of press in India. Now, some tribes in news. Aptani tribes. The tribe is native to Zero Valley in Arunachal Pradesh. They are known for their efficient traditional village councils called Bulyan. Region of tribe has been included in UNESCO's tentative list as living cultural landscape. They speak a local language called Tani and worship the sun and the moon. Major festivals are Dri, Moyok, Yapung, Murum. Key dances are the Minda. Now, Bonda tribe is exclusively found in Odisha's Balankiri district. They are one of the India's oldest tribe and are classified as PVTGs, that is particularly vulnerable tribal group. They are also known as Bondas, Bonda Paraja, Praja, and Bondha. They belong to the Austro-Asiatic racial group and speak Remo, an Austro-Asiatic dialect. Occupation: the Bonda people are primarily agriculturists, practicing extensive shifting cultivation known as Kulunda Chas. Now, Junga tribe. The habitat right has been approved for Junga tribe. The Junga, also known as Juang, is an indigenous community found in the Keonjhar district of Odisha. They are one of the 13 PVTG groups in the state. They are originally known as Patuas because of their tradition attire of leaf skirts. Okay, Patua. They speak Juang, a Mundari language from Austro-Asiatic family. Now, occupation: historically, the Juang practiced shifting cultivation, that is, Toila Chas, through some have had tradition to settled agriculture. They are skilled in making decorative combs and tobacco cases. Now, Sri Jagannath Temple. It is a Hindu temple dedicated to Lord Jagannath, that is, incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Located in Puri, Odisha, it was built in the early 12th century AD during the reign of Anantvarman Chandoganga Deva of the Eastern Ganga dynasty. Architectural style is the Kalinga architecture. This temple, known as White Pagoda, is part of Char Dham pilgrimage, which includes Badrinath, Dwarka, Puri, and Rameshwaram. Festivals associated: Rath Yatra. It is a Hindu festival linked to the Lord Jagannath temple. Now, Sangameshwar temple. It is located in the Nandyal district of Andhra Pradesh on the banks of Krishna River. It is dedicated to Lord Shiva. It was originally built in 740 AD by Chalukyan ruler Pulakeshi II. It was initially situated on the confluence of Tungabhadra and Krishna River, but about 10 kilometers from its current location. The temple was dismantled and reconstructed stone by stone at its present site in 1979 due to submergence caused by the construction of Sri Dam. Sangameshwara. because there is a Sangameshwara. The temple is built in the Nagara style. Now, Somnathpur Keshava Temple. Somnathpur is a town in Mysore district in Karnataka. It is famous for Chankeshwa Temple, also known as Keshwa Temple. It is located on the banks of Kaveri River in Somnathpur. It is the prime example of Hosalya architecture. In 2003, UNESCO declared the Somnathpur Temple, Hosalya Temple, Halibidu, and Chenkeshwa Temple, Belur as World Heritage Site under the sacred emblems of the Hosalya. That'll be it. We'll be moving to the miscellaneous section from the same third quarter of 2024. Now, 45th FIDE Chess Olympiad. India's contingent won gold in both open and women category at the 45th International Chess Federation, that is FIDE Olympiad. Before India, only China and the former Soviet Union had distinctions of winning both the men and women's gold medal in the same chess Olympiad edition. About Chess Olympiads, it's a biennial tournament where teams from countries across the world compete. FIDE organizes the event and chooses the host nation. About the 45th FIDE Chess Olympiad, it was held in Budapest in Hungary. The 44th Chess Olympiad was hosted in India for the first time in Chennai. This was the first chess Olympiad where refugee teams participated through FIDE's Chess for Protection initiative. Trophy for winning teams in open section is Hamilton Russell Cup, and trophy for winning team in women's section is Mira Menchik Cup. About FIDE is an international organization based in Switzerland that connects national chess federations and govern international chess competitions. It was recognized as a global sporting organization by International Olympic Committee in 1999. Now, Reset Program, the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has launched a retired sports person empowerment training program. About the Reset Program, the aim is to empower retired athletes who have represented the country by helping them develop skills and knowledge for better career opportunities. Retired athletes between the age of 20 and 50 who have participated in or won medals at international or national events. Key features: the program will initially be offered at two levels based on educational qualifications, that is, class 12 and above and class 11 and below. The program will be available in hybrid mode, combining self paced online learning with on ground training and internships. Placement assistance and guidance for starting entrepreneurial ventures will be provided after successfully completing the course. The Albial for this quarter will be starting the fourth quarter of 2024 in the next video.